The beginning of the movie shows a man named Jimmy who is handing over a flash drive to his wife, Ashley. It turns out that the flash drive was recently stolen by Jimmy from a brutal mafia group. Realizing the situation is about to get chaotic, Jimmy quickly instructs his wife to take their child to her grandfather's house. Meanwhile, Jimmy will stay at their old house for a few weeks until things settle down. After that, Ashley immediately wakes up their daughter to hurry to her grandfather's house. The scene shifts to a mafia boss named Donnie, who is currently berating his henchmen. It turns out Donnie is furious because he knows that Jimmy has just stolen his flash drive. Donnie instructs all his henchmen to find Jimmy immediately and retrieve the flash drive. A few hours later, when Jimmy has just arrived near his old house, there are already Donnie's henchmen ready to capture him. While in the next morning, Ashley is seen waving from behind the fence to her daughter on the plane. At that time, it turns out Ashley is not accompanying her daughter, but only seeing her off to her grandfather's house. However, when Ashley turns around, she is suddenly intercepted by some of Donnie's henchmen. Long story short, Jimmy and Ashley's daughter, known as Sarah, finally arrives at her grandfather's house. Unfortunately, the grandfather seems to be away at the moment. Sarah takes the initiative to search for him behind the house until she finds an old man sleeping. It turns out this old man is her grandfather named Matt Robin. Matt, who doesn't recognize Sarah, asks who she is and why she is here. Sarah quickly shows him a photo of her parents. Seeing his daughter's face, Matt finally realizes that Sarah is actually his granddaughter. Then Matt invites Sarah to sit while offering her food and drinks. At that moment, Sarah asked why Matt had never visited her family. Matt explained that Sarah's mother, Ashley, hated him after Sarah's grandmother passed away 15 years ago. Then Matt asked why Sarah's parents didn't come with her. Sarah explained that her parents must be in serious trouble. She learned about it when her mother suddenly took her away, and the fact that at the airport, some people kept following them. Sarah and her mother originally intended to leave together, but unfortunately, there was only one ticket left to this island. So, Sarah went alone, and her mother planned to follow the next day. The scene then shifts to Donnie, who is torturing Sarah's parents. Donnie keeps asking about the whereabouts of the stolen flash drive. After a long interrogation, Ashley finally gives in and tells Donnie that the flash drive he wants is now in Sarah's possession, who is living with her grandfather. Upon hearing this, Donnie assigns his 2 henchmen to retrieve the flash drive, with Ashley providing navigation. Before leaving, Ashley is threatened that if she is caught lying or causing trouble, Donnie won't hesitate to harm her husband Jimmy. Long story short, Ashley and 2 of Donnie's henchmen have arrived at Matt's house. One of Donnie's henchmen checks inside the house, but there's no one there. At that moment, Sarah and Matt are having lunch outside. During their lunch, Sarah asks why her mother hates Matt so much. Matt explains that he rarely came home back then, and that's why Ashley considered him an irresponsible father. However, at that time, Matt was on a secret government mission. After chatting for a while, Matt and Sarah finally head back home. However, Matt is shocked to see Ashley with 2 strangers. Matt asks Sarah to stay in the car while he goes to greet them. He pretends to welcome them warmly, asking if they came to the island for vacation. However, one of Donnie's henchmen immediately points a gun and asks about the flash drive. Matt tried to stall for time until, at a certain opportunity, he took this particular action. In this incident, one of Donnie's henchmen is taken down, while the other manages to escape using Matt's car. However, we know that Sarah is still hiding inside Matt's car. Back at Matt's house, Matt told Ashley that they needed to stay calm, and he asked her what really happened. Then Ashley took the flash drive that she had previously hidden in Sarah's school bag. After that, Ashley explained that her husband had been working for Donnie, who was a ruthless mafia boss. Eventually, her husband decided to quit, but Donnie refused and even threatened to kill their family. One day, Jimmy managed to steal a flash drive containing all of the data about Donnie's criminal activities. Of course, Donnie, realizing that the criminal activities data about him and his group had been stolen, became very angry and wanted that data back. On the other side, there's Donnie's right-hand man who is with Sarah. This right-hand man named Bobo then asked Sarah if she knew where the flash drive he was looking for was. Sarah said that the flash drive might be the one her mother kept in Sarah's school bag, and the bag must have been taken by her mother by now. Then Bobo tried to contact Donnie to report that the mission had failed. Even his colleague had been killed by an old man. Hearing this, Donnie was, of course, very angry, and he planned to send more of his henchmen to help Bobo. The scene shifts to a hotel where Matt and Ashley are securing themselves while waiting to decide what steps to take. Matt then goes to the balcony and contacts his colleague, who is the head of the CIA. Here, Matt says that his family is being targeted by a mafia boss named Donnie. Matt wants to know who Donnie is and how dangerous he is. Hearing this, the CIA head says she will inform him later. After Matt enters the room, it turns out that Bobo is also in the hotel. Then he enters a room and asks Sarah to stay calm because he won't do anything to her as long as she doesn't do anything stupid. 30 minutes passed. In the lobby, 3 of Donnie's henchmen have arrived at the hotel to meet Bobo. They accidentally crossed paths with Ashley, who was getting coffee at that time. Ashley quickly returned and said that Donnie's henchmen were outside. Knowing this, Matt asked Ashley to open the door and then close it again. Ashley, confused, followed her father's request, and this is what happened. Then Matt asked Ashley to descend using a rope before Donnie's other henchmen broke the door. When lowering Ashley, it turned out that her room door was successfully broken, so Matt had to fight them while holding the rope. Fortunately, Matt managed to handle the situation, and they quickly left the hotel. On the other hand, Bobo, who was about to get a drink, was surprised to see that his comrades had fallen. Then he checked the hotel balcony and saw Matt and Ashley about to leave. Bobo then contacted Donnie to report that all the additional henchmen sent to help him had been eliminated. Knowing this, Donnie was certainly upset, and he planned to intervene directly with all his remaining henchmen. The scene shifts to Matt and Ashley, who are now visiting Matt's old friend named Joseph. Joseph is a former Special Forces expert in defusing landmines. Matt then asks Joseph to open the contents of the flash drive he brought. Upon inspection, it turns out to contain all the evidence of the crimes committed by Donnie's group. After that, Matt tries to contact the CIA chief again to inquire about how evil Donnie is. The CIA chief replies that Donnie's group is an organized criminal organization. They are involved in drug trafficking, human trafficking, illegal weapons trade, and much more. However, Donnie also has a very dangerous female boss named Hector Garcia. At that time, Hector is seen chatting with one of her employees. Shortly after, Hector invites the employee to the beach, but suddenly the employee starts crying. It turns out this employee has made a small mistake, but Hector does not accept it and intends to eliminate the employee's husband right before her eyes. In short, Donnie and his henchmen finally arrive on the island to retrieve their flash drive. Before heading to the location, Donnie receives information about where Matt and Ashley are. After that, Matt meets Bobo and asks him to eliminate Sarah. Initially, Bobo hesitates, but Donnie doesn't want to hear any reasons for Bobo. Then Donnie and his other henchmen approach the boat where Matt and the others are. Before launching the attack, Donnie asks all his henchmen to stay alert, because they are not dealing with an ordinary old man, but a former Special Forces and skilled infiltrator. It turns out Donnie obtained all this information from Hector, because, as it turns out, Hector has been collaborating with the CIA deputy chief. The scene shifts back to Matt and the others. Now they are aware that there are enemies outside ready to eliminate them. Matt and Joseph then secure Ashley inside the boat, instructing her not to come out until it's safe. Shortly after, one of Donnie's henchmen sneaks around and tries to throw a grenade into the boat. However, something unexpected happens. The grenade slips from the henchman's hand, falls to the side of the boat, and causes a leak. Naturally, this panics Ashley, who immediately calls for help, but there is no response from outside. Because behind this, Matt and Joseph are starting to take down Donnie's henchmen one by one. On the other side, Bobo is taking Sarah to a coconut grove to eliminate her. However, when Bobo is about to execute her, Sarah suddenly attacks him and escapes. Back to Matt and Joseph, who are now cornered by Donnie's henchmen. Fortunately, Sarah appears shortly and throws assistance to her grandfather. Unfortunately, in the gunfight, Joseph gets shot. Upon hearing her mother's screams, Sarah hurriedly tries to open the ship's door. Meanwhile, Bobo is seen approaching and ready to eliminate Sarah. Sarah races against time. Until she successfully opens the boat's door, her mother immediately appears with a spear and shoots. In the end, Bobo falls at the hands of Ashley. After that, Ashley and Sarah leave the boat carrying Joseph, who turns out to be still alive. Unfortunately, shortly after, Donnie appears and manages to shoot Joseph once again. Then he forces Ashley and Sarah to go with him. On the other side, Matt continues to try to eliminate Donnie's henchmen. After that, Matt sees that his daughter and granddaughter are being taken away by Donnie. Shortly after, it shows Matt heading to the hospital to save his friend while contacting the CIA chief. Here, Matt explains that his daughter and granddaughter have been taken away by Donnie, somewhere unknown. Hearing this, the CIA chief says that it's possible Donnie has taken them to Hector's residence. However, unbeknownst to them, their conversation is being tapped by the CIA deputy we know has colluded with Hector's group. Back to Matt, who finally arrives at the hospital. He quickly calls paramedics to attend to his friend. On that night, the scene shifts to Hector's house, and indeed, Ashley and her daughter are now there. Shortly after, Hector enters the room. Here, Hector says that she will set them both free if Matt is willing to hand over the flash drive he is carrying. However, if not, Hector will not hesitate to end Ashley and Sarah. Meanwhile, in Hector's house yard, it seems all his henchmen are on guard because they are convinced that Matt will surely come to attack. Indeed, not far from Hector's house, Matt is getting ready with his weapons. A few minutes later, a car arrives and crashes through Hector's gate. However, when the guards check the car, it suddenly explodes. After that, Matt appears and, of course, immediately eliminates the guards. On the other hand, two of Hector's henchmen try to monitor Matt's movements from the balcony on the upper floor. Unfortunately, Matt has already anticipated this, and he eliminates them first. At the same time, Ashley and Sarah appear and call for Matt. However, in that moment, Matt is suddenly spotted by one of Hector's henchmen and gets shot. Luckily, Matt is wearing a bulletproof vest, allowing him to rise and return fire, taking down the assailant. And Matt then quickly heads towards the trees as more of Hector's henchmen start to arrive. Meanwhile, Ashley and her daughter, who were trying to escape from the room, find themselves cornered by Donnie. Here, Donnie forces both of them to accompany him to face Hector. Back to Matt, who is now eliminating one by one of Hector's henchmen outside. Unfortunately, in the end, Donnie manages to sneak up and ambush Matt from behind. Donnie immediately demands that Matt hand over the flash drive containing all the evidence of his group's criminal activities. Unable to resist, Matt surrenders and gives Donnie the flash drive. After handing over the flash drive, Matt is instructed to join his daughter and granddaughter. But then, when Hector asks for the flash drive from Donnie, Donnie suddenly opens fire, putting an end to Hector. It turns out that Donnie has been fed up with Hector, who has been acting arbitrarily towards him. Moreover, the flash drive also contains bank account codes with millions of dollars that he cannot simply hand over. Then, when Donnie is about to eliminate Matt and his daughter and granddaughter, Donnie gets a surprise attack. It turns out that the one who eliminates Donnie is the CIA chief who comes with her deputy. Here, the CIA chief asks Matt to show her the original flash drive because she knows that Matt won't easily hand such an important thing over. Once she has obtained the original flash drive, the CIA chief launches her surprise attack again, but this time against her own deputy. Apparently, the CIA chief has known all along that her deputy has been colluding with Hector's group. Simultaneously, an official, who is the brother of the CIA chief, appears. The official then asks Matt to have a brief conversation with him. Here, the official expresses his gratitude to Matt for eliminating Hector's group and obtaining crucial data from Donnie's flash drive. It turns out that the official is running for mayor and will compete against the incumbent mayor. Inside the flash drive, there is evidence of the incumbent mayor's crime. Therefore, the official only needs to reveal the contents of the flash drive, and he will automatically win the election. The official then says, as a token of his gratitude, he will ensure a decent life for Matt and his daughter and granddaughter. So, what do you think of this movie? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Any constructive feedback is highly appreciated. Also, did you enjoy the recap? Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, and feel free to share this content with your friends and family as well. Please check out our channel to find even more movie recaps of your liking, and don't forget to ring the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.